Welcome to the video portion of my project proposal for an exhibition that I call Comfort Zone. The wire in the wireframes below would be replaced by stainless steel square bar, and where you see plaster groupings, that is where life casts would be taken in order to indicate the connection between the two groups. At each point where two figures touch, there is a plaster life cast that helps clarify the relationships between the people being observed. The grouping with all three sculptural groupings is meant to show what a potential floor plan would look like and how people will be able to move through the space. The finished versions of these sculptural groupings are life-size, measuring as much as 6 feet tall and as long as 9 feet. The three groupings will include one heterosexual family, one triad family composed of 2 males and a female, and one gay or lesbian family composed of 2 parents of the same gender and a small child, probably of the opposite gender. Each of the groupings composes some element of family and additionally some element of a sexual act, though in this statue specifically, for instance, an older child hangs off of her father's arms while they kiss. So that relationship can be as simple as a kiss or as ostentatious as the man nursing on the breast of his wife while he holds his child in the heteronormative couple. Unfortunately, this final rendering represents a shift from the work I've already completed, but it's still worth taking a look at one of the first finished pieces to get a sense for the positioning, scale, and the way that the sculptures work. Here we have 2 females in the pose that will now be used in the heteronormative couple, where one woman is holding her baby and nursing on the other woman. The areas where you see the broken, dispersed plaster and hay matrix will be replaced simply with metal armatures, and the areas where the plaster is dense and thick and form shaping will be the life casts. So where the hand touches the back of the head, where the hand touches the back of her partner, where their faces touch, and where the kneeling partner's face touch breast, and of course, where the baby touches against her arm and chest. The problem with this one is that the hay indicates too much movement, and therefore is going to be scaled back in order to allow more permeability of the material, showcasing the strength and poetry of the metal, as well as providing a more clean support for the more accurate rough cast that will be used in place of the carved plaster. Here are 2 examples of partial rough casts in the style that I'll be using. They're meant to show enough detail that we get an inescapable sense of what's trying to be communicated, but be rough enough for our imagination to fill in the details and to give us this fantastic sense of pathos and life and activity that a finished form simply does not bring to the project. And here we have the same kind of hand. Please ignore the papier-mâché wrist. That will not be part of this particular project, but simply was the way that this piece was used.